basi niko kwa container. This is my first container that I'm going to design and I'm super excited, to be honest. I'm super excited. Give me a moment. Guys, welcome back to another video. So yeah, it's raining out here. We are in Thika. It's raining. So today we had scheduled a lot of work to be done, but unfortunately that won't be possible. But let me show you what we're working with. As you can see, I am super excited. So we have a few things that we'll do. We have two containers. So let me show you what we are working with and what we are going to do. This is for a tour. So we have our security house. That will be our security house. We have the first container. That container will have three partitions. We'll have three partitions. Then we have this area over here. We are thinking of doing a gazebo, which I love. And then we have our second container. In that container we'll have four partition, a reception, a break room, and two other office. Then over here we are going to build a mabati house, 3-room mabati house that will also have a functional kitchen. Then over there we'll have some outdoor toilet. Definitely we are going to knock that one out, but so far that's what we have, and I am super excited. It is raining cat and dogs, but I am happy. This is my second iron sheet house, but this is my first container house, and I am grateful. I am great and I'm happy. So let's go along. I hope I will document as much as I can, but stay tuned. Remember to subscribe, like this video, follow, do all the things that people do, and yeah, we learn as we go. So the first day we started with structure, that is the shade, the toilet, and the security house that needed the mapatis. So this is me buying all the timber that I needed. We opt for poles, the nitties, because we have a design that we really want to go with. As you can see, we are yet to even start. The one is normally the hardest because that is when we are going to really start. So the first days we just focus with leveling the floor, getting the structures up so that we can get at least a momentum to keep pushing. I feel like we are done with day one, so we have already done the leveling. So let me show you what's happening. So we have done the leveling. That is the leveling. You can see. So since kulinyesha, we'll have to wait for it to dry so that we can mwaga the stones. But that's the construction that is going. So over there we'll have the gazebo, just a shade for people to sit and relax. We also do a plaster on that wall. Yeah. So yes. This is like day 3. So we did this gazebo over here. It's just like a shade. We reused the material that we had that were there. Then we also have that security house in Bakshakusha, but we have also started the electrical work. We have not yet done the partition. So tomorrow we'll start the containers, which I'm really excited. As you can see, the ground, we are up and running. We also have the water tank, and also our toilets are there. We knocked that toilet down, so we have Hivo, and yeah, it's a cute washroom. One is bigger than the other one because we have two toilets, and one the main toilet, and over there we'll have our tank. So initially we had planned to have the tank over here, but because we don't want it to be visible, and also we need this house to be as big as we can get, so we decided to place it there. So far so good. We are still feeling happy. We are still looking forward to big things, but I know for sure next week, now this is day 3, I'm sure next week itakuwa sasa ndio marathon, because partitioning, steamer, and probably they will start moving in by the end of this month. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated. So for that first container, to avoid squeezing the space inside, we have decided to have one door, one on the left and the other one on the right, so that they can share from inside. Which means because we have like 4 spaces, that will allow us to squeeze people in without having space. Because once you do a door, you have to leave that space open. we are on the second week. This is the second week. We still have a long way to go. We really do have a long way to go. But this week we are focusing with the walls, and also we do some partitioning, getting out the board partitioning. That is now when you finally get to see how the space will look like. Then probably the next week we'll be doing painting and also light fixing. Then it's a done deal. It's a done deal. But yeah, this is good. This is good. Let me show you how far we are. So those are the toilets. Hapa bado we still have disaster. So those are the toilets. We have our water running. So hizi ni kufunikwa tu. We have our first container partitioning done. So we did. Sorry for the noise. I know you hear a lot of noise because welding is still going on. So that is the partition. We have 4 offices, each sharing a door, but one has an extra door from the inside. Then we have this one. This will be another door, but that will be a walk through, but there is no door for that. So then we have our second container that we have not yet partitioned. Also that one will have like 3 doors, 2 offices, and another one is a store. But so far so good. We also did the floor. This was a must before we started because with the heavy rains the matope inafanya movement inakuwa ngumu. But yeah, today we are doing the plastering huko kwote. Yeah, let's see how the new week will be.
Leo inaanza tu kuwaka.
That is how the outdoor is looking. So we added a few layers of stone over there, but we'll do some plastering so that we can get a very good finish. But yeah, that's what we have. That branch was here when you found it. So I'm thinking of planting it there. Then on the branches we do some plants, like shells for the plants. But yeah, let me show you up close how it's looking. This is week 2, but I know it's week 2 on Thursday, so that should be around day 9. And let me show you the progress. So I remember the gate was not straight, but now we have a very cute gate. We are yet to complete the security house, but in terms of plaster, we have done plaster all around. So over there, that's where we'll have our mabati house, if you still remember. So where we just did some piping for water, and then the structure will be later. So yes, that is so far. Our gazebo is okay. The plaster has also been done. So we have not yet done the second container, but we have officially started preparing this now for what do we call it, for partitioning, for board partitioning. Yeah, that hivyo ndo kunaka. So we did first the metal thingy, the metal stands. Then we also added now the board. This board will now hold the gypsum so that it can stick, because you can do that through a metal. The container partitioning, as you saw, we did the metal stand, then we followed now with the bound, then the channels. The reason we did the metals and not the bound directly, one, because we wanted first the partition to be able to be strong, and also because we can't drill directly through the container. That will mean container will have a lot of tushimo, but with welding we can do like here. Then we use those metal stand as our guide, and also we avoid drilling for container. That was the whole idea of doing that. And yeah, so I've ordered the insulation, the fiberglass insulation. That should be here maybe tomorrow, as we start now the board. Now doing the board now, that is the fun part, because now you get to see how the room looks. Now that's the fun part. So since we're working on a very tight budget, first we had the plan of doing like the fiberglass all around, but with the kind of budget that we are working with, and also we have also get to experience these containers inside, it is not that hot. So if we do the gypsum on top, it may reduce some heat kidogo. Then for the insulation, fiberglass insulation, we can do it on the top now to reduce the direct heat too. I think that's a very good thing to think about if you are on a tight budget and still want to partition your container with the fiberglass. There are so many other things you can use to partition, but we opt for fiberglass because yeah, that is one thing that we are sure of, and we are not going to make any mistake with it. So far, I feel like we have really done a good job since we are working on a really tight schedule. I'm really trying to push my team to make sure we get to deliver during that specific time. One thing with construction, you plan, but God loves. Like this week, we have really been affected with the rain because we are still doing some work outside. So once it rains, the movement reduces, and also don't want my team to work kukinyesha. It will be a little bit here. So the only work that is being done is kondani. And considering the first week we were really focusing with plastering, that was a very slow week. Also, as you can see, we did the kokoto chini. One, because this should have been the last thing to do, but with the kind of soil that we are working with, it was impossible to work around this place with the rain because matope ilikuwa mingi. So we just said to just mwaka, then we'll try and clean up as much as we can once the project is done. So yeah, that is the progress so far. That's the progress so far. So we have already started the second container. So that's the first container. That is how it is looking. So this is the first partition, like the one we did there. So we have also 4 offices. We have the first office, have like a small office, then we have our store. This one we made it more smaller because not too big, but yeah, this is like this is week 3 to be honest, and yeah. So we are using fiber installation to reduce the heat, but for this one we're just using at the top, not on the sides. So that is one room. So we are doing some mabati roofing on the top. We are doing mabati roofing at the top of the container because when it rains, the water like settles on top of the container, and that means with time itakula container. Let me show you. See those parts there? Hizo ni maji. So on top of the container, on top of the container is how it looks. So if we don't do that, the time your container kuingiza maji, it will be hard to prepare. So we have decided to just do roofing to protect it from direct rain. If you ask me, I want to think doing that roof at the top, it really does minimize the heat that goes directly to the container, because the type of material that container has, it's very easy, it's very heavy, so mean pia heat iko mingi. So if we put that there and then we do insulation ndani, so heat itakuwa kidogo. I'm just hoping that my mind is making sense. Who is very used to being handy, this type of project, the big project, they need to come on with, because I feel like my work at the last minute. One, because if I'm doing something for a client, I've really hired the best, so I don't want to be so into their business, so I just let them do their thing. So unless I'm really eager to learn, that's when I learn. This is the part where I normally just sit and observe and ask questions and learn as we go. Now my part comes in where we start now putting the space together. That is where nakuanga mara. And the first project I did, the first big project I did, I was really handy from the word go. And what happened, by the end of the project, I got really exhausted and I did not enjoy the project as much. So for this one, I'm really learning to just sit, watch, and also learn. Yeah, it is not easy, since I'm really used to being a handy person. I am a handy person, so sometimes unapata pia nawasaidia, but I can feel like they really don't want me into their business. So yeah, so maybe from next week, that's when I will start now coming in and really trying to DIY the things that I can DIY. This is the first part, and also that same time we should also be starting to set up the process and see how it comes out at the end of this also. But it's not necessarily because of work, but maybe yes because of work, but one, because I'm still the one doing the admin work, I'm still the one receiving the receipts, ordering the material, following up on the supply. So by the end of that project, I was so exhausted up to date. Sometimes I look at those photos and I did a good job, but I never got a chance to just sit down and take in the goodness that I did. But for this one, I'm really looking forward to the end. One, because I feel like I have more control in terms of how things are flowing, and also I get to just sit back and also try and be creative as much as I can, which is a very good thing for me. And also for the first time I have a team. Also internally I have someone that I can send to do 1, 2, 3 as I figure out these other big things. So yeah, so that's where we are, and hopefully by next week we should start by setting up the place. I don't know if you want this coming. That is how the roof is looking. That will really help with the rain and water container. We have done partitioning. Then we have that. So this is like I don't know, but we are in week 4. We post kidogo for 1 week, then we resume. So this is like week 4. And as you can see, we have done so much. We have done the 2 container, both partitioning and also doing the board and also the electrical part. So next week we start with the painting, and now I think basically painting, and now light fixtures and whatnot. So painting will be done all over the space. I think that should be the last or the second last things to do before we finish. So I think I'm going to end this video here, one, because I don't want to be so long. Ikikuwa refu sana, I really do struggle with editing longer videos, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. If you have watched this video up to this far, thank you. Remember to like it, share, subscribe, all the things that people do, and I hope to see you in part 2. Time you can go back and watch other videos that I've created. So yeah, until next time, remember, stay curious, stay creative. Bye.